Tonight, our Yami Virgen's 7-month investigation into allegations of fraud in Australian players' pipeline to U.S. college football scholarships continues. She's breaking news of a lawsuit filed against the NCAA by the father of a high school junior. He says he's doing this for all high school players who dream of playing in college.
Playing college football is a dream for thousands of high school students in the U.S. But nearly half of all punting positions in Division I programs are now filled with Australian players. However, as we reported last month, allegations surfaced 7 months ago suggesting that not all kickers and punters playing college football in the U.S. were eligible to receive not only a scholarship, but also a student visa, potentially violating NCAA regulations. On Friday, this federal lawsuit was filed against the NCAA, claiming that their football eligibility policies unfairly disadvantage U.S. student athletes.
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Yami, because this diligent investigative reporting, it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, everything's a news nugget here and there, a click on Taylor Swift and, Kelsey and all this stuff. Nobody's willing to put in the time, 7 months of your time, to investigate something like this.
Michael Loeffler filed the suit in the name of his minor son, who has dreams of getting a scholarship for punting when he graduates from high school in a year and a half. Loeffler claims in his lawsuit that 18-year-old punters graduating from high schools here or in Australia are not getting a fair chance, even though they're eligible because of the alleged unfair practices.
They're competing against oftentimes 25-year-old Australians with 6, 7, 8 years of Australian Football League experience, where the proficiency skill for Australian football, which we used to call Australian rules football a long time ago, is they punt the ball to each other. So these guys have been punting the ball to each other their whole lives. I don't have a problem with that. If they're 18 years old.
In our previous report, we spoke to an American coach who says he has seen firsthand how some Australian players get around eligibility issues to play college football.
Apparently, he had started working with Pro Kick, and these coaches that I was talking to were under the impression that he had 4 years to play. He had never been to college. And I said, that's not what, when I was recruiting him, he had 3 years to play too.
With the help of an Australian private investigation company called IFW, we were able to scrutinize the academic history of several Australian punters who have received scholarships in the U.S.
These students that we've investigated have attended university full time, and we don't believe that that was disclosed. If there's been misrepresentation of their educational standards, then this is not only a violation of the NCAA eligibility rules, but it's also a fraud.
A well-known Australian trainer also corroborated the allegations.
He had 3 sets. So we had one from the school, one from Pro Kick, but when they looked at it and they sent it to him, his GPA wasn't high enough out of high school. So they redid it and he sent it to me. I said, why is it this one you got to be in it and this one you got to see?
Loeffler tells us that in doing his research, he realized that most parents, trainers, and coaches are aware of the issues in punting, but without guidelines set by the NCAA for football, like in other sports, there is a serious competitive gap between kids graduating from high school and men who may not have academic or professional eligibility. For example, if a player competes in junior level ice hockey after his 21st birthday, he loses 1 year of eligibility for each year he continues playing at the junior level.
Punting has dropped over, 54.3%.
Mike McCabe, a renowned special teams coach and owner of one-on-one kicking, voiced his concerns last month over the impact of Pro Kick's recruitment on the U.S. market. We're specifically talking about Pro Kick. Are you familiar with some of them and what's been going on?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I think the whole country pretty much knows in our industry and kicking what's going on.
Like other coaches and trainers we spoke to, he argues that there needs to be better oversight in college football.
When you see a certain company that guarantees that you're going to have a full scholarship no matter where you go, or if you come there to train there, that's a big red flag.
Loeffler now hopes more parents will join his lawsuit for the sake of his son and other young men who are doing the right things, but their dreams may never become a reality.
Nobody seems to be taking a stand for, our kid's situation. And, I'm sure I'll get some backlash, but, and just like I'm sure you've gotten backlash. And I mean, you got to be brave to do what you did. And yours, I feel, is a lot braver than mine. And like I said, had you not done that and opened the door to this, I don't think this would be getting the media recognition that it is.
Yami Virgen, Fox SA.
Fox SA has reached out to the NCAA. We have not heard back.